Welcome, Terry O'Reilly here, founder of OBP Australia. Stay tuned. Technical roles are easy for overseas born professionals in Australia. If you're a Selenium person, Selenium is Selenium. If you're a .NET developer, it's the same all over the world. Client-facing roles are tough. So you are the face of the company. So this could be public accountant, it could be business development, it could be account manager. Any role where you're talking to clients, it's difficult. It relies on your language and also the fact that you need those cultural references to lubricate your conversations with clients. So, what are some of the solutions, or how can you develop your client-facing skills? Let's look at some. Firstly, speak, speak, speak. The more you speak, the better you'll get at it. You won't get any better by listening to the radio, reading the newspapers. Language is about communication. It's about talking to other people who speak many different types of English, and there are many in Australia. So let's get out there and speak. It's also important to interact with people who use what we call the model language, what you aspire to be using. So, important to talk to people from your profession, from your industry, so that you're getting that vocabulary exposure, and also the tone that is used and the general language that is used for people in your profession. Often we see people who may have had a factory job, for example, for 12 months in Australia. You start to absorb some of the sayings that occur in that work environment. Sometimes that may not be appropriate for a professional environment. So try to get exposure to the model language. Get out of the house. Too many times people sit on the computer on seek.com looking for jobs and don't get out of the house. I've seen people whose English has become worse since arriving in the country because they're not practicing. They spoke more English when they're overseas. So we need to keep using the language in order to develop. Do voluntary or paid work. Anything to get you interacting with people. Not just voluntary work where you're packing boxes or doing something where you're not interacting with people. Make sure you're communicating so that you get something out of it as well. Also, it's important to show an awareness of the world. So when you are talking with people, have some interest in what's going on in current affairs, in politics, in sport, on television, whatever it is. This will help you with your conversations that you're having with new people that you meet each day. As your language develops, try to look at the subtleties. So what we're talking about here, when you first start learning a language, you notice a very, very steep increase or improvement in your language because you need what we call survival language in your second language. So that seems to happen very quickly because you need it. After a while, we hit this great language plateau where you feel like you're not making any great steps or you're not developing your language. You are, but it's at a more subtle level. It's deeper and probably not as noticeable. So always be conscious of what you're learning. Be a good student in the language as well as communicating with people. Have a think about what's happening with your English language. Humor comes at the end. It doesn't translate well across languages often, and it's something that's very, very difficult to get in a different language. So as you develop your language, you'll find that you'll be able to laugh more at jokes that are happening in the workplace, but pay special attention to the types of humour that are used in Australia. Australians like to exaggerate as part of the humour. There's a strong sense of irony and sarcasm. Sometimes this can be taken as hurtful, when in actual fact it's meant as a playful form of language. So sometimes misunderstandings can occur just because there's not an understanding of what that humour means in the new culture. So give it some time, and again, speak to as many different people as possible so you get a broad exposure to a range of languages and humour that's used in Australia. So, if you're having any issues with language or client-facing roles, either getting a client-facing role or feeling confident in your client-facing role, contact us. We're experts in this. Go to the website obpaustralia.com.au, click on Inquire Now. We'll get back to you within 24 hours to set up a time to have a chat about your options. See you next time.